and welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Democracy 3 as France, where we've won the election, but we now have the problem that we have to solve the crises of our own creation. We have a Luddite riot going on, which is probably going to have to be solved by solving the industrial automation problem. Well, solving the solution to our other problems is counterintuitive as that may sound. We have an uncompetitive economy, or have a corporate exodus. I think the way we're going to do that is we're going to start off by simply just ixnaying the corporate tax. And also the automation tax. Well, not this cycle, apparently, for the automation tax. So I'm going to go one turn. Okay. Immigration scandal, which has just pissed people off. Fun. Food packaging industry has found a shocking number of people doing low-paid paid jobs without work permits. Okay. Economy is... well, our GDP is going up while the economy is going down. Credit ratings becoming worse. Unemployment is improving. So unemployment and GDP is improvement. Okay. Oh, and that did a big swing on the corporate exodus. We'll go ahead and get rid of the automation tax as well. And then the other thing for automation, which was the robotic research grants, we're going to get rid of those as well. And then we'll see if that helps enough with the Luddite riots. I suspect the answer is no. I think the solution to the Luddite riots is going to be unemployment, and wages, and education. So, jobs. I need to make more jobs. So poverty has declined. Where's unemployment? So unemployment's down. It's maybe not down enough. Yeah, the bad GDP is the main source of that. The bad... oh. Productivity... oh, good productivity actually does harm employment, or unemployment, by needing fewer people to do the same amount of work. Okay. Same sort of thing with technology, okay. Let's do some home fabrication grants. It's the least popular. It's going to reduce international trade and foreign relations a little bit. Oh, it's making the capitalists a little bit unhappy. We'll just accept it at medium for the moment. And we'll cycle. See if we get some of our problems to go away. Apparently we regressed into an agrarian society, which wasn't quite what I was going for. Human cloning. I'm going to say ban that. Well, what? It's actually... yeah, we'll ban that, because that's just... we don't need to piss the religious off. GDP is up. We haven't really done much over the last cycle to deal with unemployment. Though I suppose getting the GDP solved would help. Next turn should deal with the corporate exodus, which will help with the GDP and to make the capitalists happier. Same with the Luddite riots. Okay, so I think we've solved the crises, assuming we don't generate any new ones. And then the next thing to do after that would be to solve the budget situation. You know, for the moment, I'm actually just going to go ahead and we're going to cycle the turn, even though we haven't done anything, just to see those crises go away. Make sure they do go away. Intelligentsia. Yes, okay. One of our cabinet wants to talk to us. Transport Minister is still not particularly happy. Yeah, we want to go help you. Credit rating downgraded, which is pissing the capitalists off. So the Exodus and Luddite riots should help both the GDP, and the GDP is actually in a pretty good place. Unemployment's going the wrong way, but GDP is in a good place. Okay. I suppose raising 100 billion from income taxes maybe not a smart idea. We could definitely do it. Oh yeah, wealthy just crashing, middle income. No. Dude, maybe a little bit. No, we're gonna have to find our income from someplace else besides the income tax, apparently. Sales tax, that still pisses the capitalists off. Capital gains tax. Let's piss the capitalists off. Not going to generate enough any there anyway. Suppose I could reduce spending. Go to like there. Doubling the revenue from there, okay. Not takes a lot of political power to do that, but we can work with that. Makes the wealthy happy. Not really good with our quality and socialists. Does have a little bit of the technology advantage. Makes the capitalists a little bit happier and a little bit more GDP. Okay. I'm gonna do a trade council. International trade, foreign relations, okay. GDP declining. Flash crash, okay. Currency strength down. GDP down, wealthy income down. Okay, so the economy not doing great, it's going well. New situation, high productivity. That's good. So unemployment. So we've got one bad thing, we've got one good thing, we got a good thing, we got okay. Most of the bad stuff that's currently ongoing is not caused by me. Deficit has shrunk. What's our biggest expenditure? Debt. Okay. Now that we've dealt with a lot of the health stuff, I suppose I could reduce the healthcare vouchers. Sort of corral people back into the state-run healthcare system. So what that's going to save us about 20 billion a quarter. Cutting back on the vouchers. Go down to no limits, which would remove all the unhappiness from capitalists, give us a GDP bump. So other than self-employ, yeah, no, let's actually go ahead and get rid of the full automated trading limits. Vertical farm subsidies. I don't want to raise unemployment, but let's... Oh, I don't have the political power to cancel this anyway. We may cancel that if we can't solve the deficit problem. Internet tracking. We'll allow tracking. Unemployment's rising, which isn't good. GDP's rising, which is good. Government at CC. Granted, the global economy is in a recession, so our debt's rising, our expenditure is declining, but it's still higher than our income, which did go down this cycle. Okay. I'm at the risk of maybe getting the Exodus to return. Let's try to re-implement the corporate tax. As tempting as it is to go straight for covering the entire deficit with the tax, I don't... Let's just go for the neutral bounce here. Yeah. So that should generate about another 40 billion, cutting the deficit in half. In exchange, let's reduce some stuff that's making the capitalists also unhappy. Unemployment benefits. This makes the poor happy. And reduces poverty. Could go ahead and lower this a little bit. Like 2 billion. See how that affects things. Unemployment's down, GDP is up. Let's retain our environmentalism with preventing the drilling. Economy is still in a deep recession. Our income did rise a bunch. Debt didn't really increase. Our expenditures are now below our income. Okay, so as long as the economy, the global economy doesn't get worse, and it really can't at this point, things should improve. And as they improve, they'll deal with our unemployment, hopefully. Let's do some tax credits. So school tax credit. Everyone except for the poor and the socialists don't like this. Okay. And we'll basically put 10 billion into it. So make the capitals a little bit happier. Raise public schools, I suppose. Like, it's not something we really care too much about, but yeah, makes a bunch of people happy. In theory, it's only pissing off people who are surprisingly happy as is. Okay. Unemployment's in the green, GDP's in the green. Transport sectors are doing what I can. I'm not going to solve your religious people problem. I might need to just replace them. Race riots, oh dear. A new situation has developed. Mortgage rate rises. Credit rating upgraded, okay. Credit rating's up to B. So like, oh, it's worrying that it's B. It's like it was CC before. We've improved. It's better. So what's driving this? Racial tensions is driving this. Fair enough. And racial tensions are being driven by our immigration being so good. Innovation's being driven by GDP and not suppressed by anything. Okay. Yeah, this will partially control that issue. Improve foreign relations. And to do some stamp out racism week, deal with the racial tensions, raise liberalism. Okay, see that kick into effect a little bit. Oh dear, lots of crises. Problems have occurred. We have problems. And there goes the transport minister. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm running into a problem that none of the people that are super loyal want to be transport, so I may need to just... Could I just assign someone that doesn't want the transport to the job? Yeah. He's not very effective, but they're... Okay, that works. Okay, so we got new crises. We got and egalitarian society is now the end. Well, we've got new problems. Water shortage due to the environment declining because of the GDP going up. Fix the GDP, crash the environment. Rare earth crisis due to the technological advantage, or reducing our technological advantage. Oh dear. Black market. And tax evasion. Okay. Rare earth metal mining. To deal with the rare earth metal mining crisis. It's going to make the environment worse, but we need to deal with the crisis, which means we're going to have to make it someplace else. And the Asthmatic is back. Okay. We lost our technological advantage. GDP is declining, which may help with some of our problems. Okay. Oh, if we can improve foreign relations, that will help with the rare earth crisis. Environment, that helps with the water shortage, which is actually good. And deals with the unemployment problem. Oops. Do some public tax returns. This helps a lot with the black market and the tax evasion. No one except for the socialists like it for some reason. High productivity is now at the end. Ghettos have arisen. Maybe allowing so much immigration was not a good idea. Food price crisis. Okay. It was one of the stats down here. Okay, it's a food price crisis, but the food price didn't go anywhere. Okay, that's fair. Rare earths are improving. The metal mining takes a while to kick in, at least. So we'll not chase that for too much. Public tax returns are going to take a while to kick in. Let's do some more border controls. Sorry, guys. And in the meantime, we'll try to fix the housing the other way, which is by building more of it. let's do little education subsidies. Education and productivity, good. Economy is in recession, unemployment's up, credit rating's downgraded again. Back down to that CC. Race riots are beginning to improve. Asthma probably going to go away. Tax evasion's improving, but it's going to be a while to go into effect. Same thing with black market. Climate change adaptation's helping. Reasonably popular. Reduces car usage, okay. We, of course, got a deficit again, because the GDP has declined due to all the crises going on. I'm going to cycle a turn to see if our crises go away or if we get new ones. Asthma and epidemic is now ended. That's good. Okay. Recession and the global economy is in recession, but it's improving. Debts above expenditure. We do probably want to raise income, but really that's solving problems, I think, not necessarily going straight for more income. Black market's going down, tax evasion's going down. Rare earth crisis is improving in theory. It's only a quarter implement. It's got 16 or 16 quarter implementation. And then after that implementation, I think it's a 3-quarter implementation on the rare earth crisis, so. Okay, what can we do to improve the environment? Mars program. Everyone likes the Mars program, except for the budget. Okay, everyone likes this. Again, the budget doesn't really like it, but everyone else does. Let's do maybe a tax of some sort. Airline tax. We're gonna keep that fairly low, though. It's well liked by our country, but that's not necessarily a reason to go hog wild into it. mainly driven by the racial tensions, which is coming down. And the immigration, which in theory is coming down. Maybe some law and order stuff we can do. So we can develop a policy on gambling. So limited stakes makes the capitalists a little bit happier. This makes the liberals, the capitalists, and the GDP go up as we raise it. Reduces unemployment. The only people that don't like it is actually apparently the religious. So yeah, no reselection gambling. Here we go. Okay. Unemployment's down. We have a refugee crisis, which is interfering with our chance to get rid of our immigration. Weather prediction technology has been implemented. Credit ratings downgraded. And we're down to C. Okay. That's from the space programming. Cool. Makes farmers, everyone, and tourism better. Those are still a thing. Race riots look like they'll go away. That'll at least make the conservatives, everyone, the GDP, and immigration better. Yay, what can we do about that water problem? At least this is well liked. This is unemployment, raises the GDP. Of course, this is making this cost, so let's just implement at the base level. What do we have improving the environment that we eventually raise? Oops, I meant to go something else. Okay, so I think we have to implement something new if we want to be working on that. Some bicycle subsidies. At least that's helping with the health. Okay. Race riots is now at an end. That's a good note. GDP's up, unemployment's down. Torture deportation. We'll keep him here. Okay, well, my attempts to deal with the crises have simply just changed which crises we have. That sounds like government, to be fair. We've solved some crises, got different crises. This is probably a good place to put a part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, I think the last part of this France run, because we are term limited to 2 terms, will be the next part. While we try to deal with what's left of, well, try to deal with our crises, hopefully without causing new ones. You know. Will be what we're going to be having it for tomorrow for you. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. Again, I'm going to mute the mic shortly for a little bit of time for me to sip about half a cup of tea, and then we'll get right back to recording. So until the next part, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.